Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Thank you all for showing up. I want to thank also Attorney General Brown for being here today, who will be speaking right after me, a great warrior. And first of all, let me just say thank you, Attorney General Brown, for the great work that you're doing and the great leadership that you're showing on the environment. I want to thank you. You've been doing a fantastic job and great effort on the work to implement our tailpipe emission standards, and we're going to continue working on this together. We want to thank all the other people that have been working on this. And California, of course, has a long and a proud history of leadership in reducing pollution and fighting for clean air. And I think that we have shown that we have made tremendous commitments last year, not only with the Million Solar Roof Initiative, but also the commitments through AB 32 to roll back our greenhouse gas emissions to the 1990 level by the year 2020. And then an additional 80% by the year 2050. And by filing a lawsuit against the federal government today, we are taking another big step forward in battling against global warming. Thank you very much. And now please welcome Attorney General Brown to say a few words. Thank you.
This lawsuit today is not about politics. It's about science, it's about human welfare, and it's about innovation. From the time Ronald Reagan was governor of this state, California has been granted waivers to pioneer emission vehicle standards way ahead of the federal government. In federal law, the Clean Air Act, California is recognized as the innovator, the pioneer of new ways to protect our environment. Today, we take the next step. There is no reason why the scientists at EPA could have delayed this long. 4 years ago, the California legislature, and shortly thereafter the California Air Resources Board, thoroughly vetted the rules that are at stake in this lawsuit. There's nothing new here. There's nothing very complicated. The EPA should have granted this waiver a long time ago. It's sitting on its hands. It's not doing what it should, despite the mounting threat of climate disruption. So I'm here to join the governor in a post-political action to get Washington to respond to California and the 14 other states that are taking the threat of climate disruption and massive and growing oil dependency very seriously. We're going to fight this lawsuit hard. Whatever decision they make, we're going to hold the EPA to the highest standards of the federal government. We can't do anything else, and with this combined power of Schwarzenegger and Brown, EPA, get out of the way. And Natha from NRDC. So, as you can see, this is a multi-pronged attack.
Thank you. NRDC, along with our partners, the Blue Water Network, the Coalition for Clean Air, and the White House and their auto industry allies. There's no other explanation for this game of foot dragging. Our Air Resources Board has more experience than any other air quality agency in the world, and we have a long history of tough air rules. That's why California is the only state with the authority under federal law to carry out our own air quality rules. It's bad enough that we get no leadership from the White House on global warming, so if they're not going to lead, then at least they need to get out of California's way. Thank you. The next speaker is Mary Nichols, Chair of the California Air Resources Board.
Thank you, Annie. I have the honor to lead the Air Resources Board at this time when we're moving forward to implement AB 32 and the Pavley legislation, and I couldn't be happier or feel better guarded than having Governor Schwarzenegger and Attorney General Brown leading the battle into Washington to protect our right to have cleaner cars here in California.
In order for this 2009 model year regulations to take, that the cars will start, automakers will have to start marketing their cars beginning in January 2008. This lawsuit, however, probably won't get heard until beyond then. So I'm wondering if you can address whether or not the 2009 model year regs are going to have to be delayed because this lawsuit will still be in court.
Mary, do you want to answer that?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, that's the whole point. The Bush administration wants to delay the regulations. We brought the lawsuit to get them off the dime. Yeah, that date could slip, but we're not going to let it slip if we can possibly avoid it. So that's why we're in court, and I'm hoping that the president will have a change of heart here and get these rules adopted and then start pushing Detroit into the innovation we know they can achieve.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Follow. Good. Okay, good. Yeah, two.